the channel. I know it's been a while since I've posted. It's probably coming up on 4 or 5 months now since I posted. 2022 new year, so decided I'm going to start getting some more videos out. We need to go and fill up some petrol, and I could also do a clean in the car. Now I'm going to go to Morrison's and doing it, and a lot of people will, you know, either go in the comments saying I'm going to ruin the paint and this, that and the other washing it at Morrison's, but I just don't have time to do it properly at home. I usually would, but today, bit of a tight schedule, so we're just going to go with a little Morrison's clean. £3, get it done, 7.5 minutes I think it is. Get the clean done, go to a nice little location, nice little scenic shot, and we'll get the video started. Right, so we parked up just in a car park for the train station near Warrington Town, where I'm from. Here's the car. It's my Peugeot 208 GTI Prestige. Bought it early 2021, so coming up on a year now, so I thought I'd just do a little 1 year ownership kind of review video and go over a few things that I like about the car, what I don't like about the car, a few issues that I've had with it, how much it's cost to run. Right, so I think the biggest thing that attracted me to this car over, say, a Fiesta ST was definitely the interior. So we step inside now. Besides it being filthy, just from, you know, Christmas and winter usage, I just think it was a much nicer cabin to sit in than, you'd say, you know, the 2015 Fiesta ST, the 1.6 with the small screen and stuff. Especially for the price range. Got a panoramic roof as standard. And I think one thing that really sets it apart is you can see those LED blue lights in the roof. So at night time it reflects across the glass or across the cover. If you pull it over, kind of reflects blue on the roof. Looks really nice. Cotton and leather heated GTI seats. It's got a big screen there, head unit with Apple CarPlay, dual zone climate control. The heated seats control is down here. And yeah, I thought it was just a much nicer cabin to be in. And you know, the Fiesta ST, the Clio RS of its generation. And then when we step back outside the car, you know, it is a good looking car on the outside. I like the diamond cut alloys, little red calipers in there to go with the little GTI colouring at the front. You see that black panoramic roof. Thought the car just sits nicely from the outside. It's a bit understated, as to most untrained eyes it could look like a normal 208, which I thought was quite cool because it's quite unsuspecting to be a fast car. This car, my car specifically, got Brembo brake pads and discs all around. Got Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, not 4Ss but 4s all around. So they really do improve the handling. They make it was so noticeable when I got new ones on. When I bought the car, it came with Michelin Pilot Sport 4s all around already, but it could do with some new ones pretty quickly after I bought it, as you can imagine. Give you guys a quick look at the engine bay. So if you don't know, this is a THP 208. It's a 1.6 turbocharged petrol engine. It's 208 horsepower. I've got a K&N panel filter installed. That's the only modification I've done to it. Besides that, it is completely standard. You know, I've put some new tyres on it, new brakes on it, etc., stuff like that. But in terms of engine mods, just the K&N air filter. It pulls very well, very strong in all gears, really. Quite a torquey engine, and it sounds really nice as well. For a 1.6, I think it's one of the best sounding stock 1.6s. So I'll give you a little rev from this side. The car is warm already before anyone has a go in the comments. So that's from the front, and then from the back, if you can hear. It's a great sounding car. Right, so issues that I've had with the car over the year of having it. First issue I faced was about 3 or 4 months into owning the car. I had an issue with the front suspension. I'm not sure what it was. I came out of the gym one day got in the car, started hearing this knocking noise. It was, the handling was absolutely terrible, everything was thrown off, so I took it into Peugeot. They put a load of new bits on the front passenger side suspension, top mounts, bearings, stuff like that. That came out to about £500 total for the for all the parts, the labour, the inspection fee. I've got to wait here. Then got that sorted. Next issue I had, I think, was a oxygen sensor for the exhaust, which kept on coming up with an engine management light, just because the engine couldn't tell exactly how much oxygen and what it was letting out the exhaust, which kind of threw it all off. And I think I lost a bit of power during that stage. That came to about £250 in total to fix. I think the car was in for, I'd say 2 or 3 days while we're waiting for the part to get flown in from France. And then the issue that I've got at the moment, which isn't really a big one, there's just a fuse that needs replacing under there for the heating, which is making the heating a bit dodgy. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Besides that, not had any major issues with the car. I found that against Fiesta STs, it compares very well. I wouldn't say it quite beats one, you know, end to end in a race, but it definitely holds its own. And then against the Polo GTI, one of my friends, I don't know if you've seen on the channel before, has a 1.8 Polo GTI, the 2016 one he's got. It's a 67 reg actually, and it does beat him in a race. It's a quicker car than his, but then you would argue that his has the nicer interior, it's a bit of a nicer place to be. The gearbox is a DSG, the direct shift gearbox. So I think that the 208 GTI, which I've always said since the day I've bought it, has kind of been in that middle ground of the Fiesta ST and the Polo GTI. You know, you have got a nice interior, but you know, you're never really going to be keeping up with the Germans, I feel like, when it comes to interiors. And then when it comes to performance, the Fiesta ST, if you're from the UK, if you're familiar with the car, is just such an unbeatable car in the hot hatch category. It is honestly such a great car, and I feel like this car was just absolutely perfect in the middle. I paid £8,500 for it, which works out, I think, about 10 grand US money. Car came with about 46,000 miles at the time. It's now on 57, so I've put about 11,000 miles on it. The miles have been absolutely fine. It's such a comfortable car to sit in. You know, you've got these comfy heated seats. You've got so many options naturally from factory. With it being the Prestige model, comes with so much stuff. Normally you can't really ask for much more out of a 1.6 hot hatch category car. You know, and anything that these other cars in this category are coming with, this car probably has it. It comes with a panoramic roof as standard, heated seats. I've already gone over all this, but it's just it's hard to take in for such a small amount of money the amount of car that you can buy. Right, so I've just pulled over on this little back road here so I can give you a bit of a closing clip of this video. Just finished up a nice little drive. Car's absolutely filthy, so we'll probably have to go and get that cleaned in a couple of minutes. But it'll just end up getting filthy again. You know what it's like in winter. So yeah, with this car, absolutely loved it. I've had a couple issues with it, but nothing too serious, and luckily it's been on a warranty, so nothing's had to come out of my pocket. It's been a great second car for me. I had a 1.2 Corsa for my first car, so stepping up into this, the 1.6, it's a 1.6 car. It's 200 horsepower, 1200 kilos. You can't really go wrong as a second car, and as I say, for the interior, it's a great car. I'd definitely consider it as a second, third or fourth car, whatever you're coming from. It's a great all-round car. There's plenty of space, it's usable. The suspension's not too firm. It's definitely on the firmer side of the hatchbacks, but you know, it's a GTI, it's got to be able to go around corners and handle well, which it does. So yeah, I definitely recommend this car. So hope you've had a great